She was just a soldier with no future, Michael had said when he left her for his business partner's daughter. 6 years later, he sponsored a military gala. The announcer called for attention. "Please welcome General Denise Carter." The doors opened. His ex-wife walked in wearing full military dress with medals covering her chest. And beside her, 3 girls in matching dresses. His heart stopped. They had his face, his eyes, his smile. She had risen to general. She had his children, and she had never told him. But before we dive into the full story, let me know where you're watching from and what time it is. Now, subscribe to the channel and let's get started. You embarrass me, Denise. Real wives support their husbands. Michael Richardson remembered saying those words 6 years ago. He remembered the look on Denise's face. She did not cry. She did not scream. She just looked at him with tired eyes and walked away. Now Michael stood in his penthouse on Michigan Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. He looked out the window at the city below. The sun was setting. The sky was orange and pink. Cars moved like small toys on the street. People walked on sidewalks. From up here, everything looked perfect. Everything looked small. Michael wore an expensive suit. The suit cost $3,000. His watch cost $15,000. His shoes were Italian leather. He looked successful. He was successful. He was the CEO of Richardson Financial Group. He had money. He had power. He had respect. "Michael, are you ready?" Michael turned around. His wife, Rebecca, stood in the doorway. She wore a long black dress. Diamonds hung from her ears. Her blonde hair was perfect. Her makeup was perfect. She looked like she belonged in a magazine. "Yes," Michael said, "I am ready." Rebecca walked to the mirror and checked her appearance. She turned left, then right. She adjusted her necklace. Robert confirmed that Senator Williams will be at the gala tonight. You need to talk to him about the infrastructure deal. Robert was Rebecca's father. Robert Thornton owned Thornton Industries. When Michael married Rebecca 2 years ago, his business doubled overnight. The marriage was good for business. That was what mattered. "I will talk to him," Michael said. Rebecca nodded. She did not smile. She never really smiled, not at Michael. She smiled at photographers. She smiled at investors. But at home, her face was cold. They did not talk in the limousine. Rebecca checked her phone. Michael drank scotch and looked out the window. They had separate bedrooms in the penthouse. They ate breakfast at different times. They lived together, but they did not share a life. Michael did not love Rebecca. He was not sure Rebecca loved him either. They were business partners who happened to be married. The limousine drove down Michigan Avenue. Michael watched the buildings pass. He thought about another drive 6 years ago. He thought about a small apartment in Naperville. He thought about boxes stacked by the door. He thought about a woman signing papers with shaking hands. "Michael?" He blinked. Rebecca was looking at him. "What?" "I asked if you remembered to transfer the donation for tonight. The gala requires a minimum contribution of $50,000. "Yes, I transferred it yesterday." "Good." Rebecca went back to her phone. Michael drank more scotch. He thought about Denise again. He always thought about Denise when he drank. Denise Carter, his first wife, the woman he divorced 8 years ago. No, not 8 years. 6 years. It had been 6 years since that cold February night. Michael met Denise at a coffee shop near Fort Sheridan. She was a private in the United States Army. She wore her uniform. She ordered black coffee. She sat alone, and read a book about military strategy. Michael thought she was beautiful. He walked over to her table. "Is this seat taken?" he asked. She looked up. Her eyes were dark brown and serious. "No, you can sit." They talked for 2 hours. Denise told him about growing up on the south side of Chicago. She told him about joining the Army at 18. She told him she wanted to be an officer one day. She wanted to lead soldiers. She wanted to make a difference. Michael told her about his business. He told her about his goals. He told her he wanted to build something important. They talked until the coffee shop closed. Michael asked for her number. She gave it to him. They dated for 6 months. Then Michael proposed. Denise said yes. They got married at a small church in Chicago. Denise wore a simple white dress. Michael wore a black suit. Ruth, Denise's mother, cried during the ceremony. Michael's parents smiled for photos, but did not stay long at the reception. At first, marriage was good. Denise came home from the base and they ate dinner together. They watched movies. They talked about their days. But then things changed. Michael's business grew. He started attending charity balls. He started meeting wealthy clients. He needed a wife who fit that world. Denise worked 12-hour shifts on the military base. She came home exhausted. Her combat uniform was covered in dirt. She smelled like sweat and metal. She ate dinner standing up because she was too tired to sit. Then she studied military strategy books until midnight. She woke up at 5 in the morning for drills. Michael hated it. He wanted a wife who wore designer dresses to business dinners. He wanted someone who smiled at investors. He wanted a partner who helped him network with important people. Denise was not that person. One night, Michael brought Denise to a business dinner. She wore her dress uniform. Michael wanted her to wear a cocktail dress, but Denise said she did not own one. At dinner, a client asked Denise what she did. She said she was a soldier. The client asked what rank. She said private. The client nodded politely and changed the subject. Michael was furious. In the car ride home, he yelled, "You embarrassed me tonight!" Denise stared out the window. I answered his question. "You are a private. That is nothing. You are a low-ranking soldier. You make me look small." Denise turned to look at him. "I work hard every day. I serve my country. That is not nothing." "You are a glorified janitor in uniform," Michael said. Denise did not speak for the rest of the drive. Things got worse. Michael stayed late at the office. Denise stayed late at the base. They stopped eating dinner together. They stopped talking. The apartment felt cold, even when the heat was on. On a cold night in February, Michael came home from a business trip. Denise was sitting at the kitchen table. She was reading a book. She did not look up when he walked in. "Denise, we need to talk," Michael said. She closed her book. "Okay." "I want a divorce." Denise did not move. She just looked at him. Her face did not change. "Wimber, you have no ambition. You are still a private. You will never be more than a low-ranking soldier. I need a real partner, someone who understands my world." Denise nodded slowly. "Okay." "Okay?" "Yes, I will sign the papers." Michael expected her to fight. He expected her to cry, but she just stood up and walked to the bedroom. She came back with a suitcase. She packed her clothes. She packed her books. She did not say anything. 2 hours later, she was gone. Michael married Rebecca 2 months later. Rebecca's father introduced them at a business conference. The wedding was big and expensive. Senators attended. Businessmen gave speeches. It was perfect. It was exactly what Michael wanted. But now, sitting in the limousine, Michael felt empty. He had everything: money, power, a beautiful wife. But something was missing. He pushed the feeling away. He finished his scotch. The limousine stopped in front of the Grand Ballroom in downtown Chicago. Photographers stood outside. Rebecca stepped out first. She smiled. Michael followed. Cameras flashed. People called their names. They walked inside holding hands. They looked like the perfect couple. The ballroom was full of people: generals in dress uniforms, senators in expensive suits, businessmen with their wives. Everyone was drinking champagne. Everyone was smiling. Michael shook hands. He made small talk. He smiled for photos. Then the lights dimmed. A man walked to the stage. He was a tall man in a military uniform. He tapped the microphone. "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen," the man said. His voice echoed through the ballroom. "Tonight, we honor a true American hero. Please rise for our guest of honor, General Denise Carter." Michael's wine glass stopped halfway to his lips. General Denise Carter. The name hit him like a punch. The ballroom doors opened. A woman walked through the ballroom doors. Everyone stood up. Chairs scraped against the floor. Conversations stopped. Michael stood too, but his legs felt weak. The woman wore a full military dress uniform. It was dark blue with gold buttons. Medals covered her chest. Silver stars shined on her shoulders. 3 stars. Michael counted them. 1, 2, 3. 3-star general. 4 other generals in the room raised their hands to their foreheads. They saluted. Senators stood straight. Businessmen stopped talking. The woman walked down the center aisle. Her back was straight. Her head was high. Her shoes clicked on the marble floor. Each step was confident. Each step was precise. Michael stared. His heart pounded in his chest. It was Denise. But she was different. The Denise he remembered was tired. She came home from the base with dirt on her uniform. She fell asleep reading books at the kitchen table. She looked exhausted all the time. This woman looked powerful. Her uniform was perfect. Every medal was polished. Her expression was calm. She looked like she could command a room. She looked like she could command an army. Because she could. "Michael," Rebecca whispered beside him. Her hand gripped his arm. "Is that your ex-wife?" Michael could not answer. His mouth was dry. He tried to speak, but no sound came out. Denise walked closer. The entire ballroom watched her. Then Michael saw them. 3 little girls walked beside Denise. They were small, maybe 5 years old. They wore matching navy blue dresses. White ribbons were tied in their hair. They held hands. 1 girl was on Denise's left. 2 girls were on her right. Michael's wine glass slipped from his hand. It fell to the floor. Glass shattered. Red wine splashed on his expensive shoes. People nearby turned to look. Michael did not notice. He stared at the 3 little girls. They had dark brown eyes. His eyes. They had sharp noses. His nose. One of them smiled at someone in the crowd. It was his smile. "Oh my God," Rebecca whispered. Her nails dug into Michael's arm. "Michael, those children, they look exactly like you." Michael could not breathe. His chest felt tight. His vision blurred at the edges. Those were his daughters. Denise had his daughters. She never called. She never sent a letter. She never asked for money. She never told him he was a father. She raised them alone. Michael looked around the ballroom. Everyone was staring, not at Denise, at him, at the three little girls. Then, back at him. A woman in a red dress whispered to her husband. The husband looked at Michael and frowned. Two businessmen Michael knew from the financial district stood together. They were whispering and pointing. Robert Thornton, Rebecca's father, stood 10 feet away. He stared at Michael with cold eyes. His mouth was pressed into a thin line. He shook his head slowly. "Michael," Rebecca hissed. Her face was red. "Everyone sees it. Everyone knows." Denise reached the front of the ballroom. The three little girls walked with her to the first row. An older black woman sat there. She had gray hair and wore a purple dress. Michael recognized her. Ruth Carter, Denise's mother. She was at his wedding to Denise 8 years ago. Ruth opened her arms. The three little girls ran to her. She hugged all three at once. She kissed their foreheads. She whispered something to them. The girls smiled and sat down in the seats beside her. One girl pulled a small book from her pocket and started reading. The second girl looked around the ballroom with wide, curious eyes. The third girl sat very still, with her hands folded in her lap. She looked serious. She looked like she was thinking about something important. Denise walked up the steps to the stage. The announcer shook her hand. Cameras flashed. Photographers rushed forward. A man in a military uniform saluted Denise. She saluted back. Michael tried to move. He wanted to walk to the front row. He wanted to see the girls up close. He wanted to know their names. But his feet would not move. "Sit down," Rebecca whispered. She pulled him back into his chair. "You are making a scene." Michael sat. Other people sat too. The room was quiet. Everyone waited. The announcer spoke into the microphone. "Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce General Denise Carter. General Carter is the youngest three-star general in the history of the United States Army. She has served for 18 years. She has been deployed to Germany, South Korea, and Afghanistan. She has received the Distinguished Service Cross, the Silver Star, and the Legion of Merit. She is a leader, a hero, and an inspiration. Please welcome General Denise Carter." The ballroom erupted in applause. People stood again. They clapped. Some people cheered. The three little girls in the front row clapped too. They looked proud. They looked at their mother like she was the most important person in the world, because she was. To them, she was. Michael felt something break inside his chest. It was not sadness. It was not anger. It was regret. Deep, crushing regret. Denise stood at the microphone. She waited for the applause to stop. When the room was quiet, she spoke. "Thank you," she said. Her voice was strong. It was clear. "I am honored to be here tonight. I want to talk about sacrifice. I want to talk about strength. But most of all, I want to talk about single mothers in the military." Michael's stomach dropped. 6 years ago, Denise continued, I was a private. I worked 12-hour shifts on a military base. I studied every night. I wanted to be more than I was. I wanted to prove something. Then my life changed. The ballroom was silent. Everyone listened. "I found out I was pregnant," Denise said. "Not with one baby. With 3 babies. Triplets." Gasps filled the room. People looked at the 3 little girls in the front row. The girls sat quietly. They had heard this story before. "I was alone," Denise said. Her voice did not shake. "My marriage had ended. I had no partner, no support. just myself and my mother. Ruth wiped her eyes with a tissue. The three little girls looked at their grandmother. One of them reached over and held Ruth's hand. "I made a choice," Denise said. "I decided I would not give up. I would not quit. I would build the life my daughters deserved. So I worked. I trained. I studied. When I was 7 months pregnant, I was promoted to sergeant. When my daughters were 6 weeks old, I returned to duty. I brought them to the base daycare. I held them at night and studied military strategy. I did not sleep much, but I did not give up." Michael felt tears on his face. He did not remember starting to cry. "I became a captain," Denise said, "then a major, then a colonel. I was deployed overseas. I missed birthdays. I missed first steps. I missed school plays, but my mother was there. Ruth Carter raised my daughters when I could not be home. She gave up her retirement. She gave up her life in Alabama. She moved to be with us. She is the reason my daughters are happy and healthy and loved." Everyone looked at Ruth. Ruth smiled through her tears. "My daughters are 6 years old now," Denise said. "Their names are Maya, Ava, and Zoe. They are smart. They are strong. They are everything I could have hoped for. They do not have a father, but they have me. They have their grandmother. They have everything they need." The words hit Michael like bullets. They do not have a father. "Tonight, I want to honor all the single mothers in the military," Denise said. "The women who do the impossible without help. The women who serve their country and raise their children alone. The women who prove that families come in all shapes. You do not need a partner to be complete. You just need love and strength and the refusal to give up." The ballroom exploded in applause. People stood. They cheered. Some people cried. The three little girls ran to the stage. Denise knelt down. She opened her arms. Maya, Ava, and Zoe crashed into her. They hugged their mother. Cameras flashed everywhere. Photographers captured the moment. It was a perfect picture. A general in uniform. 3 little girls in matching dresses. A family. A complete family. Without him. Michael stood up. He pushed through the crowd. People stepped aside, but they stared. Their eyes were cold. Their expressions were judgmental. Michael did not care. He had to reach Denise. He had to talk to her. He reached the front of the ballroom. Denise was walking toward the exit. Ruth held 2 of the girls' hands. Denise held the 3rd girl's hand. They were leaving. "Denise!" Michael called out. His voice shook. Denise stopped walking. She did not turn around immediately. The 3 little girls looked back at him. They stared at Michael with curious eyes. Denise finally turned. Her face was calm. Her eyes were cold. "Hello, Michael." One of the girls, the serious one, tugged on Denise's hand. "Mommy, who is that man?" Denise looked down at her daughter. She put her hand on the girl's head. "No one important, Maya. Let's go." No one important. The words cut deeper than any knife. Denise started walking again, but Michael stepped forward. "Denise, please, we need to talk." Denise stopped again. She looked at Ruth. "Mama, take the girls to get some cookies." Ruth nodded. She took all 3 girls by the hands. "Come on, babies, let's find something sweet." The girls followed their grandmother down the hallway. Maya looked back at Michael one more time. Her dark brown eyes studied him. Then she turned away. Denise faced Michael. She crossed her arms. "You have 5 minutes." Michael followed Denise down a hallway. His hands shook. His heart pounded. Denise walked ahead of him. Her back was straight. Her steps were confident. She did not look back. They reached a small conference room. Denise opened the door and walked inside. Michael followed. She closed the door behind him. The room was quiet. There was a long table with chairs around it. A painting of Chicago hung on the wall. Denise stood with her arms crossed. She did not sit down. She looked at Michael the way a general looks at a soldier who disappointed her. Her expression was calm, but her eyes were hard. "Talk," she said. Michael opened his mouth. No words came out. He tried again. "I did not know." "Know what?" "That you were pregnant. You never told me." Denise did not blink. "That is correct, I did not tell you." "What?" Michael's voice rose. "I had a right to know. Those are my daughters." Denise laughed. It was not a happy laugh. It was cold. "A right? You think you had a right?" "Yes, they are my children too." "You gave up your rights," Denise said. Her voice was steady. "You gave up your rights when you called me a glorified janitor. You gave up your rights when you said I had no ambition. You gave up your rights when you left me and married Rebecca 2 months later." Michael felt his face get hot. That was different. That was about us, not about children. "There were no children yet," Denise said. "But there were 2 weeks later. I found out I was pregnant 8 weeks after you left. I sat in the clinic parking lot for 2 hours. The doctor told me I was having triplets. 3 babies. I was alone. No husband, no partner, no help." Michael stepped forward. "You should have called me." "Why?" Denise asked. Her eyes were sharp. "So you could tell me to get rid of them? So you could say 3 babies would ruin your business plans? So you could call me stupid for getting pregnant?" "I would never—" "You would," Denise interrupted. "You would have, because you only cared about yourself, about your company, about your image. I was not good enough for you. Remember? I was just a low-ranking soldier. I was embarrassing you." Michael felt tears in his eyes again. "I was wrong. I know I was wrong." "Yes, you were wrong." Denise's voice got louder. "You were wrong about everything. You thought I had no ambition, but I had more ambition than you could ever understand. I was studying to be an officer. I was working towards something bigger than myself. But you did not see it. You only saw a woman who did not fit into your business dinners." "Denise, please." "No." Denise held up her hand. "You do not get to say please. You do not get to apologize and make this better. I carried 3 babies while working 12-hour shifts. I gave birth at Walter Reed Medical Center in Bethesda, Maryland. I was alone. My mother came from Alabama. She held my hand during labor. But you were not there. You were marrying Rebecca." Michael felt sick. His stomach twisted. "I did not know." "Because I did not tell you," Denise repeated. "And I made the right choice. I raised Maya, Ava, and Zoe without you. I went back to duty 6 weeks after giving birth. I studied at night while they slept. I was promoted to captain, then major, then colonel, then general. I did all of it without your money, without your name, without your help." "But they deserve to know their father," Michael said quietly. "They know about you," Denise said. "I told them the truth. I showed them your picture. I said their father left before they were born. I said he told me I had no ambition. I said he chose money over family." Michael's face went pale. "You told them that?" "Yes, I told them the truth. I also told them we did not need you. We built our life without you. They have everything they need. A mother who loves them. A grandmother who sacrificed everything for them. A legacy of strength and service. Michael sat down in one of the chairs. His legs felt weak. What are they like? Denise was quiet for a moment. Then she spoke. Maya is serious. She reads books about history. She wants to go to West Point. She is protective of her sisters. She asks hard questions. She thinks about everything deeply. Michael listened. His throat was tight. Ava is creative, Denise continued. She draws pictures. She feels everything deeply. She cries when other children talk about their fathers, but she is also joyful. She laughs. She sees beauty in everything. And Zoe? Michael whispered. Zoe is fearless. She climbs trees. She runs faster than her sisters. She wants to be a general like me. She pretends she does not care about having a father. But she asks questions when she thinks, I am not listening. Michael put his face in his hands. I want to know them, please. Let me be part of their lives. Denise shook her head. No, please, Denise. I will do anything. I will pay child support. I will pay for their schools, their college, medical expenses, anything they need. I do not need your money, Denise said. I am a 3-star general. I make enough to provide for my daughters. They go to private school. They have everything they need. Then let me meet them properly, Michael begged. Let me apologize to them. Let me try to be a father. You are not their father, Denise said. Her voice was like ice. A father is someone who shows up. Someone who changes diapers at 3 a.m. Someone who reads bedtime stories. Someone who holds his children when they cry. You did none of those things. You do not get to be their father now just because I am successful. Michael looked up at her. What do you mean? You left me when I was nothing in your eyes, Denise said. A low-ranking soldier, embarrassing, not good enough. Now I am a general. Now I am honored at charity balls. Now I am someone important. And suddenly you want to be part of our lives? No. You do not get to come back now that I am everything. That is not why, It is exactly why, Denise interrupted. If I was still a private, you would not be here. If I was working at a base in the middle of nowhere, you would not care. But I am a general. My daughters walked into this ballroom with me. Everyone saw them. Everyone saw you stare at them. Everyone knows they are yours. And now you are embarrassed. Now people are whispering. Now you want to fix it. Michael stood up. You are right. You are right about all of it. I was terrible to you. I said horrible things. I did not see your strength. I did not see your ambition. I was blind and stupid and selfish. But those little girls are my daughters. I know I do not deserve them. I know I do not deserve a second chance. But please, please, let me try. Denise stared at him for a long moment. Her expression did not change. If you want to help, send child support. My lawyer will contact you. You can contribute to their future, but you will not confuse them. You will not walk into their lives and disrupt everything we built. They are happy, Michael. They are loved. They are complete without you. But no. Denise walked to the door. She put her hand on the handle. Maya, Ava, and Zoe are 6 years old. They do not need the drama of a father who suddenly wants to be involved. They do not need you making promises you cannot keep. They do not need you at all. She opened the door. Denise, wait, Michael said desperately. Denise turned back. Her eyes were cold and final. You made your choice 6 years ago. Now I am making mine. My daughters come first. Their happiness comes first. Their stability comes first. And you are a threat to all of that.
I would never hurt them.
You already did, Denise said quietly. You hurt them by not being there, by not fighting for them, by not even knowing they existed. That hurt is enough. I will not let you hurt them again. She walked out of the room. Michael stood alone. He stared at the empty doorway. He heard footsteps in the hallway, voices, laughter. The sounds faded. Michael walked back to the ballroom. People stared at him as he entered. Some whispered, some pointed. Rebecca stood near the bar with her father. Her face was red with anger. Her father's face was cold and hard. Michael walked toward them. Rebecca's hand flew up. She slapped him across the face. The sound echoed through the ballroom. People gasped. Cameras flashed. Michael's face stung. He touched his cheek. It was hot and red. Rebecca stepped closer. Her eyes were full of fury. "You humiliated me," she said. Her voice shook. "You stood in this ballroom and let everyone see those children. Everyone knows they are yours. Everyone knows you abandoned them." Michael tried to speak. "Rebecca, I did not know." "I do not care what you knew," Rebecca interrupted. "You lied to me. You said you had no children. You said your first marriage ended cleanly. But it did not end cleanly. You left a pregnant woman. You left 3 babies." "I did not know she was pregnant," Michael said. His voice was weak. "That does not matter," Rebecca said. "What matters is everyone in this room saw those little girls. They saw your face. They saw you stare at them. Everyone knows the truth now. And I will not be married to a man who abandons his children." Robert Thornton stepped forward. He was a tall man with gray hair. He wore an expensive suit. His expression was cold. "Rebecca, go wait in the car."
Daddy?
"Now," Robert said firmly. Rebecca glared at Michael one more time. Then she walked away. Her heels clicked loudly on the marble floor. People stepped aside to let her pass. Robert turned to Michael. "We need to talk." "Robert, please, let me explain." "There is nothing to explain," Robert said. "I saw those children. I saw their faces. They look exactly like you. Everyone in Chicago will be talking about this tomorrow. My family will not be associated with this scandal." Michael's stomach dropped. "What are you saying?" "I am saying our business partnership is over," Robert said. "My lawyers will contact you on Monday. We will dissolve Richardson Thornton Holdings. You will keep your company. I will keep mine. We are done." "Robert, you cannot do this. We have contracts. We have deals in progress."
My lawyers will handle it, Robert said. I do not care about the cost. I care about my family's reputation. You damaged that reputation tonight. There are consequences for that.
Robert walked away. He did not look back. Michael stood in the middle of the ballroom. People whispered around him. A man Michael knew from the Chicago Board of Trade stared at him. The man shook his head and turned away. 2 women in expensive dresses whispered to each other. They looked at Michael with disgust. Senator Williams walked past. Michael had been supposed to talk to him about an infrastructure deal. The senator did not make eye contact. He walked right past Michael as if he was invisible. Michael's phone buzzed in his pocket. He pulled it out. It was a text from Jennifer, his assistant. "Mr. Richardson, photos from the gala are already on social media. People are asking questions. Call me." Michael opened his phone's browser. He searched for his name. The first result made his heart stop. It was a photo of him staring at Denise's daughters. The girls wore their matching navy blue dresses. They held hands. Michael stood in the background with his mouth open. His face showed shock and recognition. The headline read, CEO Michael Richardson sees his secret daughters for first time at charity gala. Michael scrolled down. There were more photos. One showed Denise hugging her daughters on stage. Another showed Rebecca slapping Michael. The photos had thousands of shares, thousands of comments. Michael read the comments. How could he abandon those beautiful girls? General Carter is a hero. She raised 3 children alone while serving her country. He is a coward. He left her when she was pregnant and married a rich woman 2 months later. Disgusting. Those girls are better off without him. Michael put his phone back in his pocket. His hands shook. He looked around the ballroom. No one was looking at him anymore. People had moved on. They were talking and laughing. They were drinking champagne. The gala continued without him. Michael walked out of the ballroom. He walked through the lobby. He walked outside. The cold night air hit his face. His limousine was gone. Rebecca must have taken it. Michael stood on the sidewalk. Cars drove past. People walked by. No one looked at him. He pulled out his phone. He called a taxi. While he waited, he thought about Maya, Ava, and Zoe, his daughters. He tried to picture their faces. Maya was the serious one. Ava was creative. Zoe was fearless. But he did not know which face belonged to which name. The taxi arrived. Michael got in. Michigan Avenue, he said. The Richardson Building. The driver nodded and drove. Michael looked out the window. Chicago passed by in a blur of lights. He thought about Denise's words. You are not their father. A father is someone who shows up. She was right. He was not their father. He was just a man who donated DNA. He was nothing to those little girls. No one important. The taxi stopped in front of his building. Michael paid and got out. He rode the elevator to the top floor. The penthouse was dark and empty. Rebecca was not there. She would not be coming back. Michael poured scotch into a glass. He drank it in one gulp. He poured another glass. He walked to the window and looked at the city below. 6 years ago, he stood in this same spot. He looked at the same city. He thought he had everything. Now he realized he had nothing. Denise held Maya's hand as they walked into the hotel. Ava held Denise's other hand. Ruth walked beside them, holding Zoe's hand. The hotel lobby was quiet. A few people sat in chairs reading newspapers. A man checked in at the front desk. They rode the elevator to the 8th floor. Denise unlocked the door to their suite. The girls ran inside. They jumped on the beds. They laughed. Girls, calm down, Ruth said. It is late. You need to get ready for bed. But Grandma, we are not tired, Zoe said. She jumped higher on the bed. Zoe Carter, get down from that bed right now, Denise said. Her voice was firm but not angry. Zoe stopped jumping. She climbed down. Yes, ma'am. Ruth helped the girls change into their pajamas. Denise sat on the couch. She closed her eyes. Her head hurt. The gala had been exhausting. Seeing Michael had been exhausting. Mommy? Denise opened her eyes. Maya stood in front of her. She wore purple pajamas. Her face was serious. Yes, baby. That man at the ballroom, Maya said. The one who was staring at us. You said he was no one important. But he was important, was he not? Denise's chest tightened. She pulled Maya onto her lap. "Why do you think that?" "Because you looked sad when you talked to him," Maya said. "And angry. You only look like that when something is important." Denise hugged her daughter. Maya was too smart. She noticed everything. Ava climbed onto the couch beside them. "Who was he, Mommy?" Zoe sat on the floor. She pretended to play with a toy car, but Denise knew she was listening. Denise took a deep breath. "That man was your father." Ava's eyes got big. "That was him? That was Michael?" Denise nodded. "Yes." "Why was he staring at us?" Maya asked. "Because he did not know you existed," Denise said. "I never told him I was pregnant. I never told him about you. Tonight was the first time he saw you." Zoe looked up from her toy car. "Why did you not tell him?" Denise chose her words carefully. "Your father and I were married a long time ago, but we were not right for each other. He wanted different things than I wanted. He said things that hurt me. So I decided to leave. 2 months later, I found out I was pregnant with you 3. I thought about telling him, but I decided not to. I decided we would be better off without him." "Were we?" Maya asked. "Better off?" Denise looked at her daughters. "Yes, we were. We are. We have everything we need. We have each other. We have Grandma Ruth. We have a good life." "But do we not need a father?" Ava asked. Her voice was small. Ruth walked into the room. She sat beside Denise on the couch. "Baby girl, families come in all shapes. Some families have a mother and a father. Some families have 2 mothers. Some families have 2 fathers. Some families have just a mother or just a father. What matters is love. And you girls have so much love." Ava nodded slowly, but her eyes were sad. Maya was quiet. She looked at Denise. "Mommy, does he want to be our father now?" Denise felt her throat get tight. That was the question she had been afraid of. "I do not know what he wants," Denise answered honestly. She looked at Maya, then at Ava, then at Zoe. "He said he wants to be part of your lives. But I told him no." "Why?" Zoe asked. She stood up and walked closer. "If he wants to know us, why did you say no?" Denise pulled Zoe onto the couch with her sisters. All 3 girls sat close to their mother. Ruth watched quietly from the chair beside them. "Because I need to protect you," Denise said. "Your father left me. He said I was not good enough. He said I had no ambition. He hurt me very badly. 2 months later, he married another woman. He built a new life and never looked back. For 6 years, he did not think about me. He did not wonder if I was okay. He just moved on." "But he did not know about us," Ava said softly. "That is true," Denise said. "But I chose not to tell him. I made that decision because I knew we would be better off without him. And I was right. Look at our life. We are happy. We are strong. We have everything we need." Maya frowned. "But what if he is sorry now? What if he changed?" Denise touched Maya's face gently. "Maybe he is sorry. Maybe he did change. But sorry does not erase 6 years. Sorry does not give back the nights I stayed up alone with 3 crying babies. Sorry does not give back the birthdays and holidays we spent without him. Sorry is just a word." "So we will never meet him?" Zoe asked. Denise was quiet for a moment. "I do not know. Maybe one day when you are older. When you can decide for yourselves. But right now, you are 6 years old. You need stability. You need to know who is in your life and who is not. Your father is not in your life. and I will not let him confuse you." Ava started crying. Tears ran down her face. "But I want a daddy. All the other kids at school have daddies." Denise's heart broke. She pulled Ava into her arms. "I know, baby. I know you do. But having a daddy is not always better. Some daddies hurt their families. Some daddies leave. Some daddies are not good people. You deserve a daddy who loves you and shows up for you. Your father has not shown me he can be that person." "What if he tries?" Maya asked. "Then maybe we will see," Denise said. "But he has to prove himself first. He has to show me he is serious. He has to show me he will not hurt you." Ruth spoke up. "Girls, your mama loves you more than anything in this world. She has given up everything to make sure you are safe and happy. You need to trust her. She will always do what is best for you." The girls nodded. Ava wiped her tears. Zoe hugged Denise tight. Maya was still quiet. She was thinking. Denise could see it on her face. "Time for bed," Denise said. "We have a flight back to Washington tomorrow morning. Early." "How early?" Zoe asked. "Our flight is at 9 o'clock. We need to leave the hotel at 7 o'clock." The girls groaned, but they went to their beds. Denise tucked each one in. She kissed their foreheads. She whispered, "I love you," to each of them. "I love you too, Mommy," they said. Denise turned off the lights. She walked into the other room where Ruth sat. Ruth looked tired. "You did good, baby," Ruth said. "That was hard." "I do not know if I said the right things," Denise admitted. She sat beside her mother. "Maybe I should let him try. Maybe the girls deserve to know him. Or maybe you are protecting them from getting hurt," Ruth said. "Only time will tell. But you made your decision with love. That is what matters." Denise leaned her head on her mother's shoulder. "I am tired, Mama." "I know. Get some sleep. Tomorrow will be a long day." Michael did not sleep. He sat in his dark living room drinking scotch. He watched the sun come up over Chicago. The sky turned from black to gray to pink. His phone buzzed constantly. Texts, emails, voicemails. Michael ignored them all. At 7 o'clock in the morning, he finally looked at his phone. He had 82 missed calls, 43 text messages, 67 emails. The first email was from his publicist, Karen Chen. The subject line said, "Urgent, we need to release a statement." Michael opened it. "Michael, the photos from last night are everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, news websites. Everyone is talking about General Carter and the triplets. People are calling you terrible names. We need to get ahead of this. We need to release a statement explaining your side. Call me immediately." Michael did not call her. What would he say? That he did not know? That he was sorry? No statement would fix this. The next email was from his lawyer, David Ramos. "Michael, Rebecca's legal team filed divorce papers this morning at 6 a.m. They are moving fast. They want this done quickly. I need you to come to my office today. We need to discuss your options." Michael deleted the email. He scrolled through his text messages. Most were from business associates. Some were angry. Some were disappointed. Some were curious. One text was from a man named Gregory Shaw. He ran a large investment firm. Michael had been trying to get a meeting with him for 2 years. "Saw the news. Not interested in doing business with you. Good luck." Another text was from Patricia Herrera. She was the CEO of a tech company. Michael had signed a contract with her 3 weeks ago. "Michael, my board is concerned about the negative publicity surrounding you. We need to discuss our contract. Call me." Michael put his phone down. He walked to the bathroom. He looked at himself in the mirror. His eyes were red. His face was pale. He looked old. He showered and put on jeans and a sweater. He did not put on a suit. He did not care about looking professional anymore. He made coffee and sat at his kitchen table. He opened his laptop. He searched for Michael Richardson, General Carter. The search results were devastating. The first article was from the Chicago Tribune. The headline said, CEO Michael Richardson confronted with secret daughters at military gala. Michael clicked on the article. There was a photo of him staring at the triplets. Below that was a photo of Denise in her uniform with her 3 daughters. They were smiling. They looked happy. The article described the gala. It described Denise's speech about single mothers in the military. It described Michael's reaction. It included quotes from people who attended the gala. Everyone could see the resemblance. Those girls have his eyes, his nose, his smile. It was obvious they were his children, and the look on his face was pure shock. He clearly had no idea they existed. Anonymous attendee. General Carter is an inspiration. She raised 3 daughters alone while serving her country. She became one of the most powerful women in the military, and she did it all without help from their father. That takes incredible strength. Senator Patricia Williams. Michael closed the article. He searched for more. There were dozens, hundreds. News websites, blogs, social media posts. Everyone was talking about it. He found a video someone recorded at the gala. It showed the moment Denise walked into the ballroom with the triplets. The video zoomed in on Michael's face. His expression showed shock, then recognition, then devastation. The video had 3 million views. Michael closed his laptop. He put his head in his hands. His phone rang. It was his mother. Michael did not answer. She would want to know why he never told her about the triplets. She would be angry. She would be disappointed. The phone rang again. It was his brother. Michael did not answer. At 10 o'clock in the morning, someone knocked on his door. Michael ignored it. They knocked again. Harder. Mr. Richardson, this is building security. We have reporters in the lobby asking to speak with you. Do you want us to remove them? Michael walked to the door. He opened it. A security guard stood there. He was a young man in a uniform. Yes, Michael said. Remove them. Do not let anyone up to this floor. Yes, sir. The security guard left. Michael closed the door. He locked it. He walked back to the window. He looked at Chicago below. Cars moved on the streets. People walked on sidewalks. Life continued. The city did not care about his problems. Michael thought about Denise and the girls. They were probably at the airport now, flying back to Washington, D.C., going back to their life, a life that did not include him. He pulled out his phone. He opened it to his contacts. He found David Ramos, his lawyer. He typed a message. David, I need you to contact General Carter's lawyer. I want to set up child support. I want to provide for my daughters. Also, I want to send them a letter. Can you arrange that? He hit send. Then he sat down and started writing. He wrote to Maya. He wrote to Ava. He wrote to Zoe. He tried to find the right words. He tried to explain. He tried to apologize. It took him 4 hours. When he finished, he read the letters again. They were not perfect, but they were honest. His phone buzzed. It was David. I will contact her lawyer on Monday. For now, get some rest. This will be a long process. Michael put his phone down. He looked at the 3 letters on the table. 3 letters to 3 daughters he did not know. 3 daughters who did not need him. But maybe, if he tried hard enough, they would let him be part of their lives. Even if it was just a small part, even if he was just a man who sent letters, it was more than he deserved. But it was something. Michael woke up on his couch. His neck hurt. His back hurt. Sunlight came through the windows. He looked at his phone. It was Monday morning, 11 o'clock. He had 63 missed calls, 27 voicemails, 48 new text messages. Michael sat up. His head pounded. He pressed play on the first voicemail. "Michael, this is Karen. We need to do damage control immediately. The story is everywhere. CNN, Fox News, every major outlet. You need to call me back right now." Michael deleted it. He played the next voicemail. "Mr. Richardson, this is David Ramos. Rebecca's lawyers filed for divorce this morning at 6 a.m. They are asking for an expedited process. They want this done in 90 days. We need to meet today. Call me." Michael deleted it. He listened to more voicemails. They were all the same. Publicists, lawyers, business associates. Everyone wanted to talk. Everyone wanted answers. Michael stood up. He walked to the bathroom. He looked terrible. He had not shaved in 2 days. His eyes were bloodshot. He looked like he had not slept in a week. He showered and shaved. He put on a dark blue suit. He looked at himself in the mirror. He looked like the old Michael, the successful CEO. But he did not feel successful anymore. Michael drove to his office. It was noon on Monday. The streets were busy. People walked quickly on sidewalks. They held coffee cups. They talked on phones. They went about their lives. Michael parked in the underground garage. He took the elevator to the 20th floor. When the doors opened, he saw reporters in the lobby. "Mr. Richardson, do you have a statement about your daughters?" "Mr. Richardson, did you know General Carter was pregnant?" "Mr. Richardson, are you going to pay child support?" Security guards stood between Michael and the reporters. Jennifer, his assistant, rushed over. She was a young woman with dark hair. She wore a gray suit. "Mr. Richardson, I am so sorry. They have been here since 8 this morning. Security will not let them past the lobby." "Thank you, Jennifer," Michael said quietly. He walked past the reporters. They shouted questions. Cameras flashed. Michael did not look at them. He walked into his office and closed the door. He sat at his desk. He put his head in his hands. His phone buzzed. It was David Ramos again. Michael answered. "David?" "Michael, finally. Where have you been? I have been trying to reach you since Saturday night." "I know. I am sorry. I needed time to think." "Well, you do not have time anymore," David said. "Rebecca's lawyers are moving fast. They want a settlement meeting by the end of this week. They want to divide assets immediately." "Fine. Give them whatever they want." David was quiet for a moment. "Are you sure? You could fight this. You could try to keep more of your assets." "I do not care about the money," Michael said. "Just end it quickly." "Okay," David said slowly. "There is something else. You asked me to contact General Carter's lawyer about child support." Michael sat up straight. "Yes, did you?" "I sent an email this morning. I am waiting for a response. Michael, are you sure you want to do this? Child support is one thing, but if you want custody or visitation, that is a legal battle you will probably lose." "I do not want custody," Michael said. "I just want to provide for them. I want to support them financially, and I want to send them letters. I want to know about their lives, even if it is just through updates and photos." "That is a reasonable request," David said. "I will include that in the proposal. But General Carter might say no. She has raised those girls alone for 6 years. A court will favor her. She has all the power here." "I know," Michael said quietly, "but I have to try." "Okay, I will let you know when I hear back." They hung up. Michael opened his laptop. He read news articles about himself. They were everywhere. Every major news outlet, every blog, every social media platform. Billionaire CEO abandons 3 daughters. General Denise Carter, hero and single mother. Michael Richardson's secret family exposed at charity gala. Michael read comments under the articles. They were brutal. "He is disgusting. Those girls are beautiful, and he abandoned them. General Carter is amazing. She raised 3 kids while serving her country. He married a rich woman and forgot about his own children. I hope he never gets to meet those girls. He does not deserve them." Michael closed his laptop. The comments were right. He did not deserve them. He opened his desk drawer. He pulled out the 3 letters he wrote. One for Maya, one for Ava, one for Zoe. He read them again. In Maya's letter, he wrote about responsibility and strength. He told her he saw her seriousness in the photographs. He told her he knew she was smart and thoughtful. In Ava's letter, he wrote about creativity and emotion. He told her it was okay to feel things deeply. He told her sensitivity was a gift, not a weakness. In Zoe's letter, he wrote about courage and determination. He told her she would be a great leader like her mother. He told her bravery was important. He put the letters in 3 separate envelopes. He wrote their names on the front. Maya Carter, Ava Carter, Zoe Carter. They did not have his last name. They were Carters, not Richardsons. Michael put the letters in a larger envelope. He would give them to David. David would send them to Denise's lawyer. Maybe Denise would read them. Maybe she would throw them away. Maybe she would give them to the girls. He did not know, but he had to try. Denise sat on her couch in her apartment in Washington, D.C. The girls were at school. Ruth was at the grocery store. Denise was alone. She wore her uniform. She had a meeting at the Pentagon in 2 hours. But right now, she was looking at her phone. An email had come in 30 minutes ago. The sender was David Ramos, Michael's lawyer. The subject line said, "Child support proposal and request for limited contact." Denise had not opened it yet. She stared at the email. Her finger hovered over it. Finally, she clicked. The email was professional and polite. David Ramos explained that Michael wanted to provide child support. He listed the amounts: money for private school, money for college funds, money for medical expenses, money for extracurricular activities. The total amount was significant, more than Denise made in a year. But Denise did not care about the money. She kept reading. At the end of the email, there was a request. Michael wanted to send letters to the girls. He wanted to send birthday gifts. He wanted photos and updates about their lives. He did not ask for visits. He did not ask for custody. He only asked to know them from a distance. Attached to the email were 3 letters, one for each girl. Denise downloaded the letters. She opened the first one. It was addressed to Maya. Denise read it slowly. The letter was simple and honest. Michael told Maya he was sorry. He told her he did not know she existed. He told her he wanted to know her, even if it was just through letters. He told her she did not have to respond. He just wanted her to know he was thinking about her. Denise opened the second letter. It was to Ava. Michael wrote about how he saw her creativity in the photos. He told her he hoped she would keep drawing and creating. He told her emotions were important and beautiful. The third letter was to Zoe. Michael wrote about courage and determination. He told Zoe she was strong like her mother. He told her he was proud of her, even though he did not have the right to be. Denise closed the letters. She sat back on the couch. The letters were not manipulative. They were not full of promises Michael could not keep. They were just honest, simple, sad. Denise did not know what to do. Her phone rang. It was Ruth. "Hello, Mama." "Baby, I am at the store. Do the girls need anything special for lunches this week?" "No, Mama, just the usual." "Okay, are you all right? You sound tired." Denise looked at her phone, at the email, at the letters. "I am fine, Mama. I just need to make a decision about something." "About Michael?" "Yes?" Ruth was quiet for a moment. "What does your heart tell you?" Denise thought about it. Her heart told her to protect her daughters, but her heart also told her that keeping Michael away forever might hurt them more than letting him try. "I do not know, Mama." "Then take your time, baby. You do not have to decide today." They hung up. Denise looked at the email again. She needed to talk to someone who understood the legal side, someone who understood her. She picked up her phone. She called Colonel Angela Martinez. Angela was a lawyer in the Army. She was also Denise's friend. "Denise, how are you? I saw the news about the gala." "I need your help," Denise said. Angela arrived at Denise's apartment an hour later. She wore her military uniform. She carried a briefcase. Angela was a tall woman with black hair pulled back in a tight bun. She had been in the Army for 15 years. She was smart and direct. "Show me the email," Angela said. They sat at the kitchen table. Denise opened her laptop and showed Angela the email from Michael's lawyer. Angela read it carefully. She did not speak for several minutes. Finally, Angela looked up. "He is offering a lot of money." "I do not need his money," Denise said. "I know you do not. But the money is not really the issue here, is it?" Denise shook her head. "No. The issue is the letters, the updates, the contact."
"What do you want?" Angela asked. "Not what you think you should want. Not what is easiest. What do you actually want?"
Denise was quiet. She looked at her hands. "I want to protect my daughters. I want them to be safe and happy. I do not want them to be confused or hurt." "Okay," Angela said, "but are you protecting them or are you protecting yourself?" Denise looked up sharply. "What do you mean?" "I mean, Michael hurt you," Angela said gently. "He said terrible things. He left you. He made you feel small and unimportant. You have every right to be angry. You have every right to never want to see him again. But Maya, Ava, and Zoe are not you. They are their own people, and they might want to know their father." "They are 6 years old," Denise said. "They do not know what they want." "You are right. They are too young to decide right now. But they will not be 6 forever. One day they will be 10, then 15, then 20, and they will ask questions. They will want to know why you kept their father away." Denise felt her chest tighten. "I kept him away because he did not deserve them." "Maybe he does not," Angela said. "But that is not for you to decide alone. Those girls have a right to know where they came from. They have a right to know their father, even if he is not a good father. Even if he is just a man who sends letters." Denise stood up. She walked to the window. She looked outside. Children played in the park across the street. They ran and laughed. They looked happy. "What if he hurts them?" Denise asked quietly. "Then you stop it immediately," Angela said. "That is why you set boundaries. You control the contact. You read every letter before the girls see it. You check every gift. You decide what is appropriate and what is not. He does not get to just walk into their lives. He has to earn it. Slowly, carefully, on your terms. Denise turned around. What would those terms look like? Angela opened her briefcase. She pulled out a legal pad and a pen. Let me write this down. First, child support. He wants to pay. Let him. Put it in a trust fund for the girls. They can use it for college or whatever they need. You do not have to touch it if you do not want to. Denise nodded. Okay. Second, letters. He can write to the girls, but you read every letter first. If a letter says something inappropriate or makes promises he cannot keep, you do not give it to them. You are the filter. Okay. Third, gifts. He can send birthday gifts and holiday gifts. But again, you check everything first. If a gift is too expensive or inappropriate, you send it back. Okay. Fourth, updates. He wants photos and information about the girls. You can provide that, but you decide what he gets to know. You send school photos, report cards, general updates, but you do not tell him personal things. You do not tell him if the girls are struggling. You do not give him access to their private lives. Denise thought about it. What about visits? No visits, Angela said firmly. Not yet. Maybe when the girls are older. Maybe when they are 10 or 12 and can decide for themselves if they want to meet him. But for now, no visits. That is your boundary. Denise sat back down at the table. This feels like a lot. It is a lot, Angela said. But it is the right thing. You are giving Michael a chance without putting your daughters at risk. You are keeping control of the situation, and you are leaving the door open for the future if the girls want that. What if they want to meet him sooner? Denise asked. What if they ask? Then you explain why you are waiting. You tell them you want to make sure he is serious. You want to make sure he will not hurt them. You tell them when they are older, they can decide for themselves. Most kids will understand that. Denise took a deep breath. Okay, I will do it. I will agree to the letters and gifts, but no visits. Not until the girls are older. Good, Angela said. She started writing on the legal pad. I will draft a response to his lawyer. We will lay out the terms clearly. Child support goes into a trust fund. Letters must be approved by you first. Gifts must be approved by you first. No visits until the girls are at least 10 years old and can consent to meeting him. Any violation of these terms ends all contact immediately. What if he does not agree? Denise asked. Then you say no to everything, Angela said. But I think he will agree. He is desperate. He knows he has no power here. He will take whatever you give him. They spent the next hour drafting the response. Angela typed on her laptop while Denise gave input. They went through multiple drafts. They made sure every word was clear. Every boundary was firm. When they finished, Angela read the email out loud. Mr. Ramos, on behalf of General Denise Carter, I am responding to your proposal regarding child support and limited contact with Maya, Ava, and Zoe Carter. General Carter agrees to the following terms. 1. Michael Richardson will provide monthly child support in the amount proposed. This money will be placed in a trust fund for the children's future needs. 2. Mr. Richardson may send letters to the children. However, all letters must be reviewed and approved by General Carter before they are given to the children. Any letter containing inappropriate content or unrealistic promises will not be delivered. 3. Mr. Richardson may send birthday and holiday gifts to the children. All gifts must be approved by General Carter before they are given to the children. 4. Mr. Richardson may receive periodic updates about the children, including school photos and report cards. These updates will be provided at General Carter's discretion. 5. There will be no in-person visits or phone contact until the children are at least 10 years old and can consent to such contact. 6. Any violation of these terms will result in immediate termination of all contact. If Mr. Richardson agrees to these terms, please confirm by the end of this week. Sincerely, Colonel Angela Martinez, representing General Denise Carter. Angela looked up. "What do you think?" Denise nodded slowly. "Send it." Angela hit send. The email disappeared from the screen. It was done. "How do you feel?" Angela asked. "I do not know," Denise said honestly. "Scared, relieved, worried, all of it." "That is normal," Angela said. She closed her laptop. "You made a hard decision, but you made it with your daughter's best interests at heart. That is what matters." After Angela left, Denise sat alone in her apartment. She thought about Maya, Ava, and Zoe. They would be home from school in an hour. They would run through the door with their backpacks. They would tell her about their day. They would ask for snacks. They would do homework at the kitchen table. Their life would continue. Normal, safe, stable. But now, Michael would be part of it. A small part, a distant part, but a part nonetheless. Denise walked to the girls' bedroom. She looked at their beds. Each bed had different colored blankets, purple for Maya, yellow for Ava, red for Zoe. Their stuffed animals sat on their pillows. Their books were stacked neatly on shelves. This was their world, safe, predictable, full of love. Denise would not let anyone destroy that, not even Michael. Her phone buzzed. It was a text from Ruth. "On my way home. Need anything?" Denise typed back. "Just you, Mama." She put her phone down. She heard a notification on her laptop. An email had come in. It was from David Ramos, Michael's lawyer. The subject line said, "Acceptance of terms." Denise's heart pounded. She opened the email. "Colonel Martinez, Mr. Richardson accepts all terms outlined in your email. He is grateful for this opportunity. I will arrange for the child support payments to begin immediately. Mr. Richardson has also asked me to forward the enclosed letters to the children pending General Carter's approval. Thank you. David Ramos." 3 letters were attached. The same letters Denise had already read. Michael had not changed them. He sent them exactly as he wrote them. Denise downloaded the letters again. She read them one more time. She thought about her daughters, about what they needed, about what was right. Finally, she made her decision. She would give the letters to the girls, but not today. Not this week. She would wait. She would think about the right time, the right way. Because this was not just about Michael. It was about Maya, Ava, and Zoe. And they deserved better than a father who appeared suddenly after 6 years. They deserved time to understand, time to process, time to be ready. Denise closed her laptop. She heard the front door open. Ruth was home, and soon the girls would be home too. Life would continue, with or without Michael Richardson. 3 months passed. Spring came to Washington, D.C. Trees grew green leaves. Flowers bloomed in the park across from Denise's apartment. The weather got warmer. Maya, Ava, and Zoe wore lighter clothes to school. Life continued as normal. The girls went to school. Denise worked at the Pentagon. Ruth cooked dinner every night. They were a family, complete and happy. But every month, a package arrived. The first package came in April. It was from David Ramos's law office in Chicago. Inside were 3 letters. One for Maya, one for Ava, one for Zoe. Denise read each letter carefully. She checked for inappropriate content. She checked for promises Michael could not keep. The letters were simple and honest. He asked about their favorite subjects in school. He asked about their hobbies. He told them a little about himself. He said he was sorry. Denise put the letters in a drawer. She was not ready to give them to the girls yet. The second package came in May. 3 more letters. These letters were longer. Michael told them about his work. He asked more questions about their lives. He said he thought about them every day. Denise had put these letters in the drawer too. The third package came in June. 3 more letters. And something else. A note from David Ramos. General Carter, Mr. Richardson would like to send birthday gifts for the girls. He understands all gifts must be approved by you first. Please let me know if this is acceptable. Denise showed the note to Ruth. They sat at the kitchen table. The girls were at school. "What do you think, Mama?" Denise asked. Ruth was quiet for a moment. She drank her coffee. "Baby, you have been getting those letters for 3 months. You have not given them to the girls yet." "I know. When are you going to give them?" Denise did not answer. "You cannot keep them forever," Ruth said gently. "Those girls asked about their father. They want to know about him. You agreed to let him send letters. Now you need to give the letters to them." "What if it hurts them?" Denise asked. "What if it helps them?" Ruth replied. "You do not know until you try." Denise thought about it. Ruth was right. She had been holding on to the letters for 3 months. She had been afraid of opening that door, afraid of letting Michael into their lives, even in this small way. "Okay," Denise said finally. "I will give them the letters tonight, after dinner." "Good," Ruth said. She patted Denise's hand. "You are doing the right thing." That evening, after dinner, Denise asked the girls to sit on the couch. Maya, Ava, and Zoe sat together. They looked curious. Denise sat in the chair across from them. Ruth stood in the doorway. "Girls, I need to talk to you about something," Denise said. "Are we in trouble?" Zoe asked. "No, baby. You are not in trouble." Denise took a deep breath. "Do you remember the man we saw at the gala in Chicago? The man I told you was your father?" The girls nodded. Maya's expression became serious. Ava looked nervous. Zoe crossed her arms. "He has been writing to you," Denise said. "He has sent letters, 1 for each of you, every month for the past 3 months." "Letters?" Ava asked. "For us?" "Yes, I have been reading them first. That was part of the agreement. I read every letter to make sure it is appropriate, and they are, so I am going to give them to you now." Denise pulled 9 letters out of a folder. 3 for each girl. She handed them out. Maya's letters were in purple envelopes. Ava's were in yellow envelopes. Zoe's were in red envelopes. The girls stared at the letters. They did not open them immediately. "You do not have to read them right now," Denise said. "You do not have to read them at all if you do not want to. This is your choice." Maya looked at her mother. "Did you read them?" "Yes, I read all of them." "What do they say?" "He asks about you, about school, about what you like to do. He tells you a little about himself, and he says he is sorry. He says that a lot." Ava held her letters tightly. "Is he nice in the letters?"
Yes, baby. He is nice. He is trying to get to know you.
Zoe threw her letters on the couch beside her. "I do not care about his letters. "That is okay," Denise said. "You do not have to read them. You do not have to respond. This is completely up to you." Maya opened her first letter. She read it silently. Her face did not show emotion. When she finished, she folded it carefully. She opened the second letter, then the third. She read all three without saying anything. Ava opened her first letter. She read slowly. Halfway through, tears started running down her face. "Ava, what is wrong?" Denise asked. She moved to sit beside her daughter. "He says he is sorry, Mommy," Ava whispered. "He says he did not know about us. He says if he had known, everything would have been different." Denise held Ava close. "I know, baby." "Do you think he means it?" Ava asked.
"I do not know, but I think he is trying."
Ava read her other two letters. She cried through all of them, but she did not put them down. Zoe still had not touched her letters. She sat with her arms crossed, staring at the wall. "Zoe," Ruth said gently, "you do not have to read them today, but maybe keep them somewhere safe, just in case you change your mind later." Zoe did not respond, but after a few minutes, she picked up her letters. She walked to the bedroom she shared with her sisters. She did not read them, but Denise saw her put them under her pillow. That night, after the girls went to bed, Denise sent an email to Angela Martinez. Angela forwarded it to David Ramos. The girls received the letters. Mr. Richardson may continue sending monthly letters. He may also send birthday gifts. The girl's birthday is July 15th. They will be 7 years old. In Chicago, Michael received the email at 11 o'clock at night. He was sitting in his apartment. It was smaller than his old penthouse. After the divorce from Rebecca, he had to sell many things. The penthouse was one of them. He now lived in a 2-bedroom apartment in Lincoln Park. It was nice, but simple. He did not need much anymore. Michael read the email 3 times. The girls received the letters. They actually received them. Denise gave them the letters. He did not know if they read them. He did not know what they thought. But they had them. That was something. Michael opened his laptop. He started researching gifts for 7-year-old girls. He searched for hours. He wanted the gifts to be perfect. He wanted each gift to be personal. He remembered what Denise said about the girls. Maya was serious and loved history. Ava was creative and loved art. Zoe was fearless and wanted to be a soldier. Michael ordered a purple journal for Maya. It had a lock and key. He thought she would like having a private place to write her thoughts. He ordered an art set for Ava. It had paints, brushes, colored pencils, and sketch pads. It was a professional set, the kind a real artist would use. He ordered a toy soldier uniform for Zoe. It came with a helmet, a vest, and pretend dog tags. It was high quality, not a cheap toy. Michael spent hours wrapping each gift. He wrote cards to go with them. In Maya's card, he wrote about how important it is to write down your thoughts. In Ava's card, he wrote about how art makes the world more beautiful. In Zoe's card, he wrote about how soldiers protect the people they love. He sent the gifts to David Ramos. David would send them to Angela Martinez. Angela would give them to Denise. Denise would check them. Then, maybe, the girls would receive them. Michael's life had changed completely in 3 months. Rebecca divorced him. The settlement took half of his assets, half of his money, half of his investments, half of everything. Robert Thornton dissolved Richardson Thornton Holdings. Michael lost major business contracts. Clients stopped calling. Investors pulled out. Richardson Financial Group was now a small company. Michael had to lay off 20 employees. He had to move to a smaller office. But he did not care about the money the way he used to. Every month, he wrote letters to Maya, Ava, and Zoe. Every month, he waited for updates from Denise's lawyer. He received school photos in September. The girls wore matching blue uniforms. They smiled at the camera. They looked happy. He received report cards in November. Maya had all A's. Ava had A's and B's. Zoe had B's and 1C in math. But her teacher wrote excellent leadership skills on her report card. Michael put everything in a box. The letters he sent, the photos he received, the report cards, the updates. He kept the box in his bedroom. Every night before he went to sleep, he looked at the photos. Maya had his serious expression. Ava had his smile. Zoe had his determination. They were his daughters. He was not their father. Not really. But he was trying to be something, even if it was just a man who sent letters. His phone rang. It was David Ramos. "Michael, I have good news. General Carter confirmed the girls received your birthday gifts. She said they were appropriate, and the girls liked them." Michael's heart raced. "They liked them?" "That is what she said. You can continue sending monthly letters and holiday gifts."
Thank you, David. Thank you.
They hung up. Michael walked to his window. He looked at Chicago below. Cars drove on the streets. Lights shined in windows. People lived their lives. Michael's life was smaller now, quieter. He did not attend charity balls anymore. He did not network with senators. He worked during the day and wrote letters at night. But for the first time in years, he felt like he was doing something that mattered. 2 years passed. The letters continued every month. Michael never missed one. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Month after month, year after year. Michael wrote about his life. He told the girls about his work. He told them about books he was reading. He told them about Chicago. He asked questions about their lives. He asked about school, about their friends, about their dreams. He never asked to visit. He never pushed. He just wrote letters. Denise sent updates every few months, school photos, report cards, brief emails through Angela Martinez. The girls are doing well. Maya joined the debate team. Ava won an art competition. Zoe made the soccer team. Michael saved everything. His box of photos and letters grew larger. He moved it to a shelf in his closet. Sometimes he took it down and looked through everything. He tried to imagine what his daughters were like, what their voices sounded like, what made them laugh. He was not their father, but he was something. He was a distant presence, a man who sent letters, a man who tried. It was March. The girls were 8 years old now. Michael sat at his desk, writing his monthly letters. He was careful with his words. He did not want to say too much. He did not want to make promises he could not keep. He finished Maya's letter first. He wrote about a history book he was reading. He thought she might find it interesting. He asked about her debate team. He asked if she was nervous before debates. He finished Ava's letter next. He wrote about an art museum in Chicago. He described a painting he saw. He asked about her latest drawings. He asked if she still used the art set he sent for her birthday. He finished Zoe's letter last. He wrote about leadership. He told her good leaders listen to their team. He asked about her soccer games. He asked if her team was winning. He sealed the letters in envelopes. Purple for Maya, yellow for Ava, red for Zoe. He wrote their names on the front. He sent them to David Ramos. Then he waited. Michael always waited. That was his life now. Waiting for updates. Waiting for photos. Waiting to know if his daughters thought about him at all. 3 weeks later, David Ramos called. "Michael, I have something for you." "What is it?" "A letter from Maya." Michael's heart stopped. "What?" "Maya Carter wrote you a letter. It came through Colonel Martinez. She approved it. I'm going to scan it and email it to you right now." Michael opened his laptop. His hands shook. He refreshed his email every few seconds. Finally, it appeared. An email from David. Subject line, "Letter from Maya Carter." Michael opened the attachment. The letter was written in careful handwriting, purple ink on white paper. "Dear Michael, thank you for the books you told me about. I asked my mom to get them from the library. I read them. They were good. You asked about debate team. I like it. I am not nervous before debates. I prepare so I know what to say. My teacher says I am good at arguing. My mom says I get that from her. I do not know if I get anything from you. I do not know you, but I am reading your letters. I keep them in my purple journal, the one you sent me for my birthday. I have questions. Did you really not know about us? Why did you leave my mom? Do you wish things were different? You do not have to answer if you do not want to. Mom says I should not ask hard questions, but I want to know. From Maya." Michael read the letter 5 times. His eyes filled with tears. Maya wrote to him. His daughter wrote to him. She asked questions. Hard questions. Questions he needed to answer honestly. He grabbed paper and a pen. He started writing immediately. "Dear Maya, thank you for writing to me. I have been waiting 2 years to hear from you. Your letter means everything to me. I will answer your questions honestly. Yes, I really did not know about you, Ava and Zoe. Your mother was pregnant when I left, but she did not tell me. She did not tell me because I was not a good husband. I said terrible things to her. I told her she was not good enough. I told her she had no ambition. I was wrong about everything. I left your mom because I was selfish. I wanted a wife who fit into my business world. I wanted someone who went to fancy dinners and impressed my clients. Your mom was a soldier. She worked hard. She studied late at night. She had big dreams. But I did not see her dreams. I only saw my own. 2 months after I left your mom, I married a different woman. Her father was rich and powerful. The marriage helped my business grow. I thought that was what mattered. Money and power and success. I was wrong. Yes, I wish things were different. I wish I had been a better husband. I wish I had believed in your mother. I wish I had known about you, Ava and Zoe. I wish I had been there when you were born. I wish I had held you when you were babies. I wish I had been there for every birthday, every first day of school, every moment. But I cannot change the past. I can only try to be better now. I know I am not your father. Not really. A real father is there. A real father shows up. I have not done that. I am just a man who sends letters. But I am grateful for these letters. I am grateful your mom lets me know you from a distance. You are smart, Maya. Your mom is right. You get that from her. Your mom is the strongest, smartest person I have ever known. You are lucky to have her. Thank you for keeping my letters in your journal. That means more to me than you know. You can ask me anything. I will always answer honestly. From Michael. He read the letter 10 times. He made sure every word was true. He sealed it in a purple envelope. He sent it to David. In Washington, D.C., Denise sat with Maya at the kitchen table. Ava and Zoe were in the living room watching television. Ruth was cooking dinner. "Mom, can I ask you something?" Maya said. "Of course, baby." "Do you hate Michael?" Denise was quiet for a moment. She chose her words carefully. "No, I do not hate him. But he hurt you." "Yes, he did. So why do you let him send us letters?" Maya asked. "Why do you let him be part of our lives?" Denise looked at her daughter. Maya was 8 years old, but she thought like someone much older. She asked hard questions. She wanted real answers. "Because you, Ava, and Zoe deserve to know where you came from," Denise said. "Michael is your biological father. He is part of your story. I cannot erase that. And I do not want to. You have a right to know him, even if it is just through letters." "Do you think he is sorry?" Maya asked. "Yes, I think he is." "Do you think he loves us?" Denise thought about that. "I think he is trying to love you. I think he regrets not being there. I think he wants to be part of your lives. But love is not just feelings, Maya. Love is action. Love is showing up. He has not done that yet." "Will he ever?" Maya asked. "I do not know. Maybe. When you are older. When you can decide for yourself if you want to meet him." Maya was quiet. She looked at the purple journal on the table. She had filled half of it with her thoughts, her stories, her secrets, and now it also held letters from Michael. "I wrote to him," Maya said. Denise nodded. "I know. Colonel Martinez showed me the letter before she sent it. You asked good questions." "Will he answer them?" "I think he will." "What if I want to meet him?" Maya asked. "Not now, but later, when I am older. What if I want to know him for real?" Denise reached across the table. She held Maya's hand. "Then we will talk about it. When you are ready. When you can make that decision for yourself. But not yet, baby. You are only 8. "When will I be old enough?" "I do not know. Maybe when you are 10. Maybe when you are 12. We will see." Maya nodded. She trusted her mother. She always had. 2 weeks later, a package arrived. Inside was a purple envelope addressed to Maya. Denise read the letter first. She checked it carefully. Then she gave it to Maya. Maya took the letter to her room. She closed the door. She sat on her bed and opened the envelope. She read Michael's response slowly. He answered every question. He was honest. He admitted his mistakes. He did not make excuses. Maya folded the letter carefully. She put it in her journal with the others. Then she got out paper and a pen. She started writing again. Over the next year, Maya wrote to Michael 5 more times. Her letters were short and polite. She told him about school, about books she was reading, about debates she won. She asked more questions. She wanted to understand who he was. Michael answered every letter. He was honest. He was patient. He did not push for more. Ava wrote to Michael 3 times. Her letters were emotional. She told him about her art. She sent him drawings she made. She told him she wished she had a dad. She asked why he did not fight harder to be in their lives. Michael's responses to Ava were gentle. He acknowledged her pain. He told her she had every right to be angry. He told her he was sorry. He told her he hoped one day she would forgive him. Zoe never wrote back. She read Michael's letters, but she did not respond. She kept them under her pillow, but she did not talk about them. Denise watched her daughters carefully. She saw Maya's curiosity. She saw Ava's longing. She saw Zoe's resistance. They were processing. They were figuring out how they felt about the man who was their father, but not their dad. And Denise knew the time was coming. The time when they would ask to meet him. The time when letters would not be enough anymore. She was not ready, but she would be. Because that was what mothers did. They got ready for the hard things. They protected their children while also letting them grow. One Saturday afternoon, Maya came to Denise. They were in the kitchen. Ruth had taken Ava and Zoe to the park. "Mom," Maya said, "I have been thinking about something." "What is it, baby?" "I want to meet him." Denise sat down slowly. Her heart pounded. She knew this day would come, but she did not think it would be so soon. "You want to meet Michael?" Denise asked. "Yes," Maya said. She stood with her arms straight at her sides. She looked serious. "I have been reading his letters for 2 years. I have been writing to him. I want to see him. I want to talk to him in person." "Why?" Denise asked gently. Maya thought about it. "Because letters are not enough anymore. I have questions that I cannot ask in writing. I want to see his face. I want to know if he means the things he says." Denise took a deep breath. "Okay, but this is not just your decision. Ava and Zoe need to be part of this too. If we meet him, we all meet him together." "I understand," Maya said. That evening, Denise called a family meeting. The girls sat on the couch. Ruth sat in the chair. Denise stood in front of them. "Maya has asked me something important," Denise said. "She wants to meet Michael, your father. I told her that if we do this, we do it together. So I am asking all of you, do you want to meet him?" Ava's face lit up. "Yes, yes, I want to meet him."
Zoe crossed her arms. "Why would I want to meet him? He is just a man who sends letters."
"That is true," Denise said. "But he is also your biological father. And if your sisters want to meet him, I think you should be there too. You do not have to talk to him if you do not want to. But I think you should come." Zoe was quiet. She looked at the floor. Finally, she spoke. "Fine, I will go, but I am not promising anything." "That is fair," Denise said. Ruth spoke up. "Where will this meeting happen?" "Somewhere public," Denise said. "Somewhere the girls feel safe. And it will be short. 1 hour. That is it." "Who will be there?" Ruth asked. "Me, you, the girls, and Michael. No one else." Ruth nodded. "When?" "I do not know yet. I need to contact his lawyer. We need to arrange it." That night, Denise sent an email to Angela Martinez. Angela forwarded it to David Ramos. "The girls have requested a meeting with Mr. Richardson. I am willing to arrange one meeting under the following conditions. It will take place in Chicago at Lincoln Park. It will last 1 hour. I will be present. My mother will be present. The girls can end the meeting at any time if they feel uncomfortable. Please confirm if Mr. Richardson agrees to these terms." Michael was at his office when David called. It was 10 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. "Michael, sit down," David said. "What is wrong?" "Nothing is wrong. Something is very right. General Carter has agreed to let you meet the girls." Michael dropped his phone. He picked it up quickly. "What did you say?" "The girls asked to meet you. Maya specifically requested it. General Carter agreed. 1 meeting, 1 hour. Lincoln Park. She and her mother will be there. The girls can leave any time they want." Michael could not breathe. "When?" "That is up to you. When can you do it?" "Any time, tomorrow, today, whenever they want."
David laughed. "Let me contact Colonel Martinez. We will set up a date. Probably this Saturday."
"Saturday," Michael repeated. 3 days from now." "Yes. Michael, are you okay?" "I do not know," Michael said honestly. I have been waiting 2 years for this. I do not know what to say to them. Just be yourself. Be honest. Do not make promises you cannot keep. And remember, this is their choice. They can walk away anytime. I understand. They hung up. Michael sat at his desk. His hands shook. He was going to meet his daughters, Maya, Ava, and Zoe. After 8 years, he was finally going to meet them. Saturday arrived. The weather was warm. The sky was blue. It was a perfect spring day in Chicago. Denise, Ruth, and the girls flew to Chicago on Friday night. They stayed at a hotel near Lincoln Park. The girls were nervous. Maya was quiet all morning. Ava talked constantly. Zoe pretended she did not care, but she changed her clothes 3 times. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they walked to Lincoln Park. The park was busy. Families had picnics on the grass. Children played on the playground. People walked their dogs. Denise led the girls to a bench near a large oak tree. Ruth sat on one end of the bench. Denise sat on the other end. The girls stood in front of them. "He will be here soon," Denise said. "Remember, you can leave any time you want. If you feel uncomfortable, just tell me. We will go immediately." The girls nodded. At 2:15, a man walked toward them. He wore jeans and a blue sweater. He looked nervous. His hands were in his pockets. He walked slowly. It was Michael. He stopped 10 feet away from them. He did not come closer. He waited. Maya looked at Denise. "Can I go talk to him?" "Yes, baby. Go ahead." Maya walked toward Michael. She stopped 5 feet away. She looked at him carefully. She studied his face. "You have my eyes," she said. Michael nodded. His voice shook. "Yes, I do." "And I have your nose," Maya continued. "Ava has your smile. Zoe has your chin." "Yes," Michael said quietly. Maya crossed her arms. "Why did you leave my mom?" Michael did not hesitate. "Because I was selfish and stupid. I did not see how amazing she was. I did not see her strength. I only cared about myself." "Do you regret it?" "Every single day." Maya nodded. She walked back to her sisters. "He is telling the truth. I can see it in his face." Ava walked toward Michael next. She did not stop 5 feet away. She walked right up to him. She looked up at his face. Tears filled her eyes. "I wanted a daddy my whole life," she said. "All the other kids at school have daddies. Why could I not have one?" Michael knelt down so he was eye level with her. "Because I was not brave enough. Because I ran away when things got hard. Because I was afraid. I am sorry, Ava. I am so sorry." Ava cried, but she did not run away. She stood there looking at him. "Do you love us?" "Yes," Michael said. "I love you. I love Maya. I love Zoe. I know I do not have the right to love you, but I do." "Love is not just feelings," Ava said. She repeated what her mother told her. "Love is action. Love is showing up." "Oh, you are right," Michael said. "And I have not shown up. Not the way I should have. But I am here now. And I will keep showing up if you let me." Ava walked back to her sisters. Zoe stood with her arms crossed. She did not walk toward Michael. She stared at him from where she stood. "I do not need you," Zoe said loudly. "I have my mom. I have Grandma Ruth. I have my sisters. I have everything I need." "You are right," Michael called back. "You do not need me. You have an incredible family. You have the best mother in the world. You do not need me at all." "Then why are you here?" Zoe asked. "Because Maya and Ava wanted to meet me. Because I wanted to see you." Because I wanted you to know I exist. I am not asking to be your dad. I know I am not your dad, but I wanted to meet you. That is all." Zoe stared at him for a long moment. Then she shrugged. "Whatever." But she did not walk away. She stayed with her sisters. Michael stood up. He looked at all three girls. "Can I sit on that bench over there? I will not come closer, but can I sit and talk to you for a little while?" Maya looked at Denise. Denise nodded. "Okay," Maya said. "You can sit." Michael sat on a bench across from theirs. There was 10 feet between them. Denise and Ruth stayed close to the girls. They watched carefully. Michael did not try to hug them. He did not try to touch them. He just talked. He asked about school, about their favorite subjects, about their friends. Maya told him about debate team. She told him she won 3 debates this year. Michael listened. He asked questions. He seemed genuinely interested. Ava told him about her art. She told him about a painting she made of her family. Michael asked what was in the painting. Ava described it. Her mom in her uniform, Grandma Ruth cooking in the kitchen, her and her sisters playing in the park. "Am I in the painting?" Michael asked gently. "No," Ava said honestly. "You are not in my family." "That is fair," Michael said. He did not look hurt. He just accepted it. Zoe did not talk much, but she listened. She watched Michael carefully. She was trying to figure him out. After 45 minutes, Denise stood up. "Girls, it is time to go." "Already?" Ava asked. "We agreed on 1 hour. It has been 45 minutes. We should go."
The girls stood up. Maya walked toward Michael. She stopped 5 feet away again.
"Thank you for coming," she said formally. "Thank you for letting me meet you," Michael said.
"Can we come back next month?" Ava asked suddenly. She looked at Denise. "Can we meet him again?"
Denise looked at Ruth. Ruth's expression was calm. She nodded slightly. "We will see," Denise said. "We will talk about it." But Ava heard hope in her mother's voice. She smiled. Zoe walked past Michael without saying anything, but at the last second, she looked back. "You are shorter than I thought you would be," Michael laughed. "So are you." Zoe almost smiled. Almost. Then she walked away with her sisters. Michael watched them leave. He watched Denise take their hands. He watched Ruth put her arm around Denise's shoulders. He watched his daughters walk away from him. But they looked back. All 3 of them. They looked back at him one more time before they disappeared into the crowd. And Michael knew this was not the end. This was just the beginning. If you enjoyed today's video, I'm sure you'll love the next one. Don't waste time. Just click on the screen.
Hey, Thrive Sphere family. If these stories resonate with you and inspire you to believe in the power of resilience and justice, we need your support to keep the momentum going. Hit the subscribe button, join our sphere, and make sure you never miss another empowering story. Like and share. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button and share this message of hope and accountability with your network. Turn on notifications. Don't waste time. Click the notification bell so you're always the first to know when a new story drops. Your support helps us continue sharing narratives that spark dialogue, push for change, and show the true meaning of thriving against the odds. Let's keep the conversation going. Subscribe to Thrive Sphere today.